Welcome back to World Crisis Radio. We want to thank Phil Berg. Remember, ObamaCrimes.com. Go and give a contribution. This is the guy who started the movement. This is the guy who raised the birth certificate issue long before the erratic Orly Tates came on the scene, largely to muddy the waters. This proves that the reactionaries do not own the issue. This is Phil Berg, former Assistant Attorney General of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and Democratic Party official, lifetime paid-up member of the NAACP. This is not a right-wing or racist issue in any way. This breaks out of the mold imposed by the controlled Wall Street media. Now, for your summer reading, the other thing that you want to look at, need a good book for the lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer? Well, we have here Larry Sinclair's book, Barack Obama and Larry Sinclair, Cocaine, Sex, Lies, and Murder. It is available from Barnes & Noble is the place to buy this one. Barnes & Noble on the Internet is the place to buy Larry Sinclair's book. Presidential Campaign 2008, Lies, Sex, Drugs, Murder, all the makings of a good suspense novel. But in the 2008 presidential campaign, there was far more happening. And unlike a novel, it was true. The mainstream media decided to anoint Barack Obama as the next president of the United States, and in so doing, they chose to ignore their role to vet the candidates for good or for ill. Barack Obama acknowledged his drug usage in his college years, but his statements caught the ear of someone who had actually shared drugs, crack cocaine, with the candidate a few years earlier when he was an Illinois state senator. As the Obama campaign tried to ignore the requests by Larry Sinclair to acknowledge the discrepancies in Obama's story, the Obama machine went into high gear. Threats, intimidation, computer hacking, abuse of power, political paybacks, all in the attempt to silence Larry Sinclair. Barack Obama, this book by Larry Sinclair, gives the background of how the Obama machine used the media, the Internet, and the office of the Delaware Attorney General. That's the corrupt nepotist Beau Biden, has used all them to keep parts of Obama's sordid past hidden. So, the mystery man Obama. Anyway, wonderful summer reading. Very nice hardcover edition, a durable book. Barack Obama and Larry Sinclair, Cocaine, Sex, Lies, and Murder. Get it at at Barnes & Noble. BarnesandNoble.com. Now, looking more at various things with economics. First of all, the solution. The baby boomers are fighting against the plan to do away with them, because that's what it is. The elements of urgency in the Obama situation are the following. One is the bankruptcies of the main insurance companies because of derivatives speculation. This is something these huge financial institutions called insurance companies, concentrated in Hartford and Boston, have in common with the Wall Street interests just a few miles away. But then there's the other thing. There we have the leading edge of the baby boomer age cohort. Oh, the baby boomers, so much abused by various tin-horn demagogues. But this is a large generation of people. This weekend is the 40th anniversary of the Woodstock experience. So you get the idea. The people that were 25 in 1969 are now 65. So they're ready for Medicare. And the idea is, of course, that if you're Wall Street, you don't want to pay. And if you're the insurance companies, you do not want to pay. You want that money for yourself, not for medical care, to prolong the lives of a generation which has a lot more to give. And we'll talk about that, too. We'll talk about the figure of the gray champion that you can find in one of Nathaniel Hawthorne's famous twice-told tales, the gray champion. When the crisis gets really bad, these youthful opportunists, or these middle-aged opportunists like Obama, can be swept aside in favor of older people who have acquired that special something along the way called wisdom, which is hard to find in the world, but some have it, and it is what society needs now if civilization is to survive. So those are the two things, the derivatives bankruptcy of the insurance companies, and then the idea that this large leading edge of the post-war generation is now approaching the point of Medicare, meaning January, the first month of your 65th, after your 65th birthday. It means when you're in your 66th year, in effect. And that's, of course, a government program. Nobody's forced to take it, huh? And that's why I say the answer to all this is very simple. No vast revamp of anything. No individual mandate to do anything. No. Why do that? Make attractive offers and the people will come. No coercion. That's absolutely out of the question. That's why people mistrust Obama so much. Offer the following. Medicare for all, meaning for all who want it. Medicare for all. Medicare works fine. Fee-for-service, your own private doctor, your own private hospital. Ask people who are on Medicare whether they're willing to give it up in favor of the ideological chimeras of the Austrian school. Do they consider it the nanny state? Do they consider it the culture of dependency? Or do they consider it their economic rights won by the struggles of previous generations of Americans, trade union struggles, going back to the Civil War and the Revolution? If you're not fighting for your economic rights, what the hell are you fighting for? And the Austrians should be silent on all of these issues and all the others. Therefore, this is now a definite question. So the program, once again, first of all, Medicare for all who want it. 2, fund it fully at Wall Street expense. Don't tax any individuals. Just tax Wall Street financial turnover. It's between 1 and 2 quadrillion per year. So you'd be getting between 10 trillion and 20 trillion the first year in revenue for the federal government, and you could probably divide it right down the middle with the states. The California budget crisis, the easiest thing in the world to generate $25 billion with no cuts to policemen, firemen, public schools, public hospitals, vital medical services. We just had the RAM group, the remote area medical, that started off for the third world. And now they're in Los Angeles, and there are 8,000 people lined up to try to get free medical care. And the head of it says, this could be Guatemala. You've got Guatemalan conditions of deprivation of medical care that the American people are putting up with. So that has to be solved. Medicare for all who want it, funded with the Tobin tax. And if you want to make savings, find cures. The only way you can save money is to find cures. There is no other way. That's historically the case. So do it.